So I was actually surfing through the internet today. Then, behold, I saw this video of the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá a jolly good fellow. Despite the fact that he doesn't lose focus in whatever he's doing, but you can attest to the fact that Prime Minister Simon Èkpá, the Prime Minister of the Biafraland Republic government in SI, who is currently under DSS custody, currently as I'm talking to you, is a jolly good fellow. A father, an uncle. You can call him a president and also a prime minister who has actually devoted most of his time fighting for the freedom of his people. When I saw this video, I just kept on laughing, and I was so happy within myself. And I asked myself a very simple question. Why is Simon Èkpá being hated? Simon Èkpá is hated because of the fact that he laid down everything. He gave up his own happiness, things that gives him joy, only because of the fact that he wants to restore the freedom back to his people. Now, those people who were busy castigating him, calling the Finnish government to extradite him, calling the Finnish government to find a way to arrest him, are the ones crying today, because the same thing Simon Èkpá fought for and stood for is what is coming back. In my earlier video yesterday, I made a very simple comment that, in every action, there is a reaction, which simply means there is a consequences for everything you do. It is not about selling Simon Èkpá. That is the case. What is the case is, will you be able to secure your territory? Will you be able to do that Simon Èkpá has been doing since, in restoring peace to the people? Now look at, it's as if there is a loop end in every corners of Biafraland. In Enugu State, Fulani headers have taken over, massacring innocent people. Ebonyi State, the same thing. Come to Imo State, that is the den of all the army and soldiers there. Then you ask the question, what offense did Simon Èkpá commit? Is it a bad thing for Simon Èkpá to lay down everything to say, I want to defend my people? Yet the same people he is defending are still part of the people that are castigating him, finding every way to bring him down, because he decided to stand and defend his integrity and stand for the truth. Simon Èkpá will still remain the only true disciple of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because he is one man who maintained his integrity and stood for truth, fighting, for freedom without compromising. Every other person compromised. You saw how nobody is hearing anything about, the DOS anymore. Let them come out and talk. Your people are being massacred on a daily basis. They are now crying. The politicians are crying. But you forgot that these politicians were the same people that equipped these young men. The governor of Anambra State has turned to a terror, recruiting, different kinds of terrorists to fight, Biafrans in Biafraland. They've turned Biafraland into a place of anarchy. Nobody is safe anymore. Yet they said their problem was Simon Èkpá and they are fighting for safety. Let me tell you something. If you really want safety, the only person that can give you that, apart from God, is Simon Èkpá with his tactics of using his Biafran Liberation Army and Biafran Defense Forces to make sure that every corners of Biafraland is safe for living. On that note, let me leave this important information for every Biafrans to know. The one and only Ngozi Orabueze has dropped a very important information for Biafrans. So if you missed it, please watch, listen, and make sure you share this video to as many groups and platforms as possible. God bless you.
The Biafra Defense Forces, the Navy, the Air Force, all of you working tirelessly behind the scene to ensure that the United States of Biafra is fully protected. I thank all of you for what you do. I thank the Biafran people for following only one leadership. Only one leadership. Under our Prime Minister Simon Èkpá, represented by my humble self, Dr. Represent. No other leadership in the whole United States of Biafra. Anybody telling you anything apart from this are the criminals working for the Nigerian state to disrupt what we are doing. Do not pay any attention to them. Biafra is already here. And we are going to use all the God-given talents that we have to protect our land. It is our right to do so. Today, we are going to pass two major bills. And we are going to discuss that. The first bill is the right to bear arms and self-defense. This right will authorize Biafrans the right to bear arms and the right to defend themselves. Self-defense being necessary for the security of liberty and a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms for the purpose of defending themselves and the state shall not be infringed upon. That is our right. If we do not do this, we will all be eliminated by the Fulani terrorists and all these mercenaries brought into our land by the Nigerian state. And we must protect ourselves. The second bill we're going to pass into law today is the Arms Manufacturing Bill Act. The 40 states are tasked to obtain the means to locally manufacture weapons of a defensive nature to be used to defend the state and the people. On that note, I'm going to open these two bills for discussion. And the Information Department, Honorable Ugo, you can go ahead and take the hands. Thank you so much, everyone. Is Honorable go on? Let's go ahead. Dr. Onyeka, please go ahead with your submission.
Okay. Good evening, my Deputy, Honorable Deputy Prime Minister and our cabinet members. This bill is very essential at this period when our people are being massacred. Self-defense is an inalienable right of every human being existing. But I just have few cautions and reservations. Looking at the context and the environment Biafrans operate, and looking at the kind of leaders we have there, and looking at the socio-economically, so that we don't commit something that may backfire and hit us back negatively on our people. The question is, are people ready to carry firearms? Where do they get the firearms? Do they have the resources to buy it? do we have the manufacturing hubs and the supply system? Because before you know it, in as much as we want the world to know this is what our people are going, we also want to minimize the risk. We know what these terrorists can do and what the terrorist government can do. They will start to walk through people's house one by one. Oh. And once they catch anybody with a then gun, we know the potential consequences. You vanish from there that you are not supposed to. And our security system of Biafra, have we gotten to that stage where we can come to the defense of our people if they get into such trouble? So these are the things we need to consider properly before we implement this act so that it doesn't back. And if it backfires, I think we also take blame for that so that we do not commit blunder in the course of this. I also do think that strengthening our intelligence at community level so that when people come, we'll have people who will be able to know that this and have people who are trained, our defense forces to stimulate them or activate them that look, these people have, and these people can't just come and fall into somebody's compound. Now, the question I ask, if I'm a man in my house with my family, and let's remember that where these people operate are in the villages, we have peasants who don't really have any experience and training. Now, if you're there, you have a
shut up your mouth. Shut up.
Dr. Colley, please, your time is up. Please,
Okay.
We understand what you're trying to explain. Please, whoever that came with that, please calm down. Honorable Colley, I think your time is up. And again, this meeting is not to check where it will be gotten. This is a simple act that we want to pass into law. So when, please, if you're coming, hold on. We don't want where it's gonna be. Hold on, please. We don't want, because we have the people in the firearm department that have already gone through this bill and they've already explained all the things needed. As those, if you're not in the firearm department, please don't take our time to explain where it's going to be gotten, where it's not being gotten, and all that. Henry, go ahead, please. Okay. Thank you so much.
One thing before that, please. I'm not sure who was just cutting in. Let's also try to be civilized. Yeah, I'm not sure who is cutting in and shouting.
Yeah. Thank you so much. It's okay, Dr. Colley. All right. Thank you so much. Honorable Henry, go ahead, please.
Is that Henry myself?
Henry, the Asia rep, please.
Okay, thank you, because we have two Henrys in this house.
The Asia rep.
Thank you, my DPM COS. Good morning from here, fellow cabinet members and everyone present. Secretary. Yeah, I would like us to flash back before all these killings in that country. We must remember that Nigerian government withdraw all defensive tools that people have in their houses. They record it before the Fulani headers and all these terrorists step in and start murdering people anyhow. So taking away the things men are using to defend themselves and their families before start
don't cost some money, go make money.
Was the starting point. So now, as a new nation, if we are trying to restore confidence in our people and let them know that they can have things in their home they can use to defend themselves, I think it's the right step to take. So because of that, I think that this bill is timely and we should see it from that angle rather than escalating thoughts and all that. Thank you, my DPM and everyone in the house.
All right, thank you so much. Honorable Benjamin, go ahead, please.
Thank you so much, my DPM. Thank you, honorable members in this platform. I have heard the whole thing, and I just want us to know that we have to go straight to the concept of the bill. Yeah. And the concept of the bill is self-defense. We are not we are not here to make rules and laws for villages and states and whatever. It is only self-defense. It is the right of every individual to defend themselves. Yes. And in some nations, it is their right to carry arms. And the essence of that is self-defense. And the government has nothing to do with how you acquire your either gun or whatever you are going to use. The only what government will do is to place rules and regulations. It is entirely up to you to know how to acquire it, where to get the money. Government will not give you the money. You are the one to fund it. When I was younger, growing up, we never had an armed robber in our compound. My uncles, they all have gone. See, and you can't just come in there anyhow. And when you look at these people that are being killed, they go to their homes and kill them. Then if the person, the father or the man in that house has a gun and gets one person down, the killing will stop. They will only try to see how they can carry their diseased one away. And if he's still breathing, to know how they can save the person's life. And that will also go far in protecting other members within that village. Because when they kill a family and nothing happened to them, they will go to another family. And before the day comes in, then the entire village will have been killed. Okay, now even if it is to be in the church, they can also protect themselves if they carry their gun anywhere they want to go. So we are not here to tell the citizens how they will get their gun or how we can fund their gun. They are not military. This is civilians. So we are only here to empower them to defend themselves. Now, that's all. To be in the church, they can also protect themselves if they carry their gun anywhere they want.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Benjamin, for that position. Honorable Joshua, go ahead, please.
Okay. I greet my DPM, Honorable DPM, I greet you, and also cabinet members, I all greet you all. I just want to say one quick thing here on this issue. Right now, I don't think we need to be going through saying any other thing than straight to the point. Because the situation at the ground now, I think this bill is the right bill at the right time. All we need to do is pass it and watch, because we need to stop the bleeding. We are bleeding now and we need to stop it. And the only way we can do it is to pass this bill. I don't care where they get it or how they get it or if they have the money. We just need to pass the bill and set the rules. And people who are able to acquire can go and acquire it. And once they have these, it will solve a lot of problems, because it's too much. Every now and then, people are dying, regardless of what is going on. So I support that this bill should be passed. And those who are the able men in their compound or in their villages can take it up from there and defend themselves. And that will help out on what we're doing. So I support it, and I want us all to go ahead and support this bill, because this is the right time. This is the right time to do it, and there's no two ways about it. And there's nothing else we can do than to pass this bill. And we have people who are willing to defend themselves. All they are lacking is the will. And who is going to support them is the government, Biafran government, and not Nigeria, and not the Southeast governors. So we need to do this as quick as possible with urgency. Thank you very much. I submit.
Thank you so much. Miracle, go ahead, please. 2 minutes or 1 minute.
What I want to say, good morning and good afternoon, everyone here. Yeah, I understand what all the people that have spoken have said. But on my own side, I want to submit that this bill, I will support this bill to be passed. But then I'm looking at the government because I heard somebody say it doesn't matter how you get your gun and then what you do with it as in self-defense. But I'm looking at the situation where somebody will go and get this gun if the government did not give, a kind of ready to checkmate or to put up out there the qualifications of who and who to get this very gun.
Honorable Mr. Miracle, please. We don't want to, again, let me clarify. It is not our job. There is a department that is handling this, please. I want everyone here to know. There is a government department. So when you say leave government out of this, we want to focus so we don't deviate from the reason for this meeting. The self-defense, the power to bear arms, that's all the discussion. Talking about what the rules the government have to make and all that. I don't think this is the right place for that. Please just air your opinion so we'll move, because there's so many hands as far as how, where, when, the cost, the trending. That's not within the purview of this particular at this time, please. Next person, Sister Ugochi, go ahead, please.
Hello, good evening, or good evening, DPM, good evening, cabinet members. My suggestion is,
I'm doing good.
Biafrans, since our PM
thank you.
Was taken in for interrogation, the Nigerian government have continued to kill Biafrans. And what I'm seeing is, instead of being in the Nigerian army uniform, I think they are no longer in uniform, so that they will use that to camouflage what they are doing. And innocent Biafrans are being killed. So the whole of the 40 state has to be made aware that this is happening, because our people can be nonchalant until it happens to them, especially those in the rural area. My suggestion is for all the 40 states, all the governors, all the county heads, to make the people aware that the Fulanis, the Nigerians have disguised the Fulanis, both those in uniform and those not in uniform, to enter villages and start killing people, especially innocent people. And Nigerians, Biafrans have to be aware that they have to defend themselves, because the government's army might not be able to reach all of them wherever they are. These are times when you can't sleep with your two eyes closed, especially those in the rural area. If you don't have gun, we have to say this, we have to be blank. Say it as it is. If you don't have gun, you can carry your cutlass. Because when they come to kill you, Nigeria won't mourn for you. You have to defend yourself. Whatever you have to defend yourself, you have to do it. Because some of our men are turning into women, and some of our women are turning into men. We have to do it for ourselves. You can't just keep quiet and keep running. How far are you going to run? They come to kill you, you fight and defend yourself. It's allowed. You're allowed to do that. If not, these people will continue doing what they're doing.
Thank you.
Our people have to be encouraged to defend themselves, and the governors have to make it known. The information have to go through, because most of Biafrans don't know that this is happening. Most of them are ignorant of what is actually happening. Right, the county heads have to make it known. The information has to go to the grassroots. And people have to be awake and ready to fight whenever they come. If not, they will take us one after the other until there's nobody else to fight.
Thank you so much, Sister Ugochi.
Thank you.
Round up. Okay, you round that up. Please, yeah. Let's keep it to those two minutes. I'm watching the time. Florence Ezims, go ahead, please. Your hand is up.
Good evening, DPM. Good evening, the cabinet members. Thank you, all Biafrans, and I thank you for bringing up this bill. This is an auspicious time we live in, and we are now a government, thank God. Before this administration came in, Nigerian government, we used to have gun. My people, some people used to have gun in their house to protect themselves. And there was a time they passed this law and they seized all the guns from the people. Now people are defenseless. And right now they can have some marauding headers going with gun, with cattle and killing people everywhere. And nobody is saying anything. The government is not saying anything. The media will not even broadcast it. And our people keep dying every day. We can't continue like this. It's time that we do something for our people. Our people has to be defended. There are some people, yes, not everybody can acquire a gun, but some people can, and they can defend their homes. I was watching a video last week where some group of people were invading a house. They took their time to climb the fence of that guy. And these guys are, not that they can't defend themselves, they are helpless because they don't have what it takes. And these people have a gun and they're watching them. They took their time to climb, like up to 20 minutes to climb and come into the house and do the racket they did in that house just because these people don't have anything. This is the kind of situation we are talking about. We have to empower our people to just stay like that and don't do anything. And these people are coming in, and they're right now coming in their thousands and everywhere. Some of them don't even have any camouflage again. They just go there and be killing people. We can't continue like this. We have to make something, even if it's temporary at this time before we all go back home. They have to be protected. People that can do it, they can do it. They can protect themselves. We cannot allow our people to just go like that. And nobody can even broadcast it. Nobody talk about that. These are lives. We have to protect them. Thank you. So I'm supporting this.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Honorable Nkwacha. Go ahead, please. Our defense. Unmute yourself.
Good evening, Honorable DPM. Good evening, all the cabinet members present. Even though they're watching, and people are watching us debate this particular bill. So I just want Biafrans to know that all of us, the Biafrans in Biafraland, we've been targeted by the Fulani, and they're committing genocide. They want to take over our land. I mean, even back then, when I was growing up in my family, people use guns to even defend themselves against common thieves. If you can use a gun in your house to defend yourself, how much somebody coming to kill you? So your defense is working, but we cannot be everywhere. Biafra is a large country. So before we get to you, I want you to be alive before we get to you to defend you. So which means you have to actually start to defend yourself. So you have to acquire a gun. And because you have to defend yourself because they will kill you before we get to you. It's so large. So I don't want to talk too much about this. And anybody not supporting this bill, is making a mistake because this is very, very important for our people to survive. We must defend ourselves with everything we got, especially gun, because they bring a gun to kill us. Because it cannot sit there. And even wherever you are, it doesn't have to be in your house. Even when you walk on the street, just that they killed a young man on the street because he didn't fight. And we cannot just lay down. Everyone tell you to lay down, you will fight. Fight with everything you got. Disarm them if you can. You can't just lay down and be killed like a chicken. This is not who we are. We are fighters, we are warriors. We can't allow any Fulanis to come and put us, or even Ebubako and the rest of them, to force us to lay down and they get slaughtered. Who does that? So we must defend, we must fight physically, disarm them if we can, and use their gun against them. That's how it's done.
Thank you.
I am for this DBL and for the betterment of Biafrans. They've said it time and time again that if you don't defend yourself, they will kill you before your defense gets to save you. So I am supporting and urging every member of this cabinet to support this bill. It's very, very essential. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Wunza. Go ahead, please.
Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, and members, honorable members of cabinet. Thank you for this special emergency meeting. My submission is in favor of the bill that is being introduced for self-defense of Biafrans. When we are growing up, we have a mantra that says, onye ndị iro gbara gburugburu mgbe niile, ọ na-eche ndị ya nche. Onye ndị iro gbara gburugburu na-eche ndị ya nche mgbe niile. In other words, when you're surrounded by the enemies, you have to defend yourself. You have to look after your safety. You have to protect yourself. We have been through this over and over and over, where the Nigerian government first started by disarming people, taking back self-defense from people. But then when these marauders come around, they come with a superior firepower and they start killing the people. The people will cry out and they will reach out to what's supposed to be the government or the governors that should be protecting them. It is on news that the Enugu state governor has gone to the people of Ohamufu and said, please don't retaliate, don't retaliate. After many of our citizens has been slaughtered, all they could do is to ask the people not to retaliate. When with this bill and from the United States of Biafra government point of view, we have come to understand the importance of self-defense. And we are empowering, enabling Biafrans to defend themselves. Because if we all died, who will remain there? So I support this bill and I give it my wholehearted support. Thank you.
You're muted, DPM.
Oh, sorry, Famdi, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Greetings, my Honorable Deputy Prime Minister. Greetings to the cabinet members. Greetings to all Biafrans and everyone watching us this moment. This is a very, very crucial and critical time for any God's creator. Killings, massacre, genocide is not a human nature. It is an inhuman act. And the Nigeria terrorist government and the Fulani are heavily armed. And only a few of them, 1, 2, or 3 persons, can wipe out an entire village, perhaps a village of 1,000 or more people. While we cry and just watch helplessly if any one of those 1,000 ever survives. Self-defense is a natural instinct. Self-defense is a natural instinct. Therefore, it is the right of every Biafran or every human being to defend themselves. The world, if you do not know, you must hear our voices today. And that is that Biafra is facing an existential threat. If they come out and wipe all of us, who then will remain? But if you have anything with you to defend yourself, perhaps you might be among those people that might survive and still living on this universe. We have no other choice. The world must know that all we are doing is a natural instinct of self-defending ourselves. And therefore, I am in support of this bill.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Famdi. Sylvanus or Erica, go ahead, please. Make it brief. Thank you.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Thank you. I will support the bill, but one thing, we still have Fulani herdsmen among us, which is our politicians. Because what happened in Ebonyi State, they said the police and the vice president, the woman, the vice governor, the woman in Ebonyi State, come that place and tell the people that they should not panic, they should not worry that the Fulani are not coming. Both the deputy governor and the Nigerian police, when they come tell the people, finish. Because after they left, the same people, some people don't go church. They said that very day, the Fulani people arrive. Those are our politicians. Before we do everything that we get a place, we get a hold in that our place. Not be to harm the people is important. How can we do with them? They are our husband first. They are the one. Okay, the governor for Enugu go there, say make the people don't retaliate. The most enemy we have is our politicians. If we talk until tomorrow. If our politicians is our problem. And today, that Ebonyi State government never make any comment. No paper write it. Nobody write it. And those where we say make they harm themselves. The Nigerian police who they penetrate in our land, but begin they worry them. If we not do anything with our enemy, our Fulani herdsmen, who live with us, that is Igbo politicians, that they keep on the Carlo and the Simeon where they did today. And we and them are rubbing shoulder there. That then they bring the Fulani who they kill our people. And tomorrow that they go remove this year, that they go remove all those things where we want empower our people now to take. They go tell the police and the army tomorrow to go house to house and remove all those things. Who live with us? That is Igbo politicians. That they keep on the Kano and the senior.
All right, thank you so much. I know, I mean, it was coming out from my second voice, but that's okay. We've heard you, and the point is well made. Adandimbo, go ahead. Adadiorama, please. 2 minutes, please, or less.
Thank you, my DPM. I can name honorable Nine. Because no, for this bill, Adandimbo Nandege that support ya cha. Akam opam adeya. Wine Jewess na akam opam adeya. Una iau inyende Fulani, Nigerian government, our governors, our CJ we buchasi manne manai. Ndi baye nwolo nke nwele ego ha ye ejego egbe kita.
Quickly, let me correct you, Adandimbo, please. Let me correct you. Can correct you now. Forget about onye nwere ego ijego egbe. Onye enweghị ego ijego egbe. When you're analyzing your own opinion, which is your own opinion, don't generalize it. No, I want to correct you.
Because defend if I defend on how we
listen, but what I'm saying, listen to me. What I'm saying is this. Adandimbo, Biko, just say your own opinion. Okay, you have 1 minute to say that.
Onye ona kwuru okwe banyere example inye kwere 2 minutes mana eye etikwa ya because ni kwe mu
ka na-ekwu na ndị bai so just like
ibe na ebe akịta akpa maka ndị bai ka na akpa maka fa ka ya esi defend onwe fa o ya na ebe akpa so maka ha nwa ka na-ekwu maka ha ihe m nwa na-ekwu that na ndị a na-egbu na bai ụmụ ogbe eji ego ba ya eji wee ga egbe ha ya eji wee defend onwe ha and ije weta this bill pass this bill una in fact no subuchasizi all of them. Because if the police nanda yene bezikita onye abatara biye asi okwa Biafraland government and the government una sunu je ga ebe we defend them and the Fulani ona hasi abi ho to Fulani na abia o Fulani na onda mi na abia nda ha na ejo ofu ha na ehi nne kedu ka yesi we bataba ofu onye keke yesi be empower The only thing na yo ka Biafran government mala ka yesi we protect our land. Our people are here me we be ni here. Onwele ebe ha ye ege egbe. Onwu na enwele ebe ha ye ege egbe kete sika je go le egbe will protect with put money. Here awukwa another now atrocities ka na cho now alu na chi ka na even eme na buy no na pass this bill. Because
okay, next person.
Let Biafran government, my own opinion, let Biafran government, Malaka Yesu Eme, will protect the life of our people. Our people are not capable to protect themselves. Yes.
Go ahead, please.
You watch any nebu. Imuturumu or Imutu Gafi Kuzoku. So what?
Unmute yourself.
I'm not make woku, okay. So what the hell? And you make me finish talking. It's mukuoku. You mute me some mukuoku. How can I kuonoku? You mute me. You mute me. Imagine the man some mutu on him. Keki yes, mute me. You mute me. Because of Nama supporter, how can I support this kind of thing? You mute me now some mukuoku. How can Biafran how can I support Oboy by Keka yes wager gateway?
Chief Adandimbo, we've heard you. Thank you so much. Chief you
mute me, some you had me.
Yeah, good evening everyone.
Our people
Thank everyone, my fellow cabinet. Thank